Excited to see the Baylor Bears take on the Texas Longhorns today. It is the 106th meeting between these two, and Baylor trying to get a win, the first of the year, against the Longhorns, who have a few already this season. They've played a little better than Baylor has so far this year. Welcome to Baylor Game Day, live in Touchdown Alley. I'm Troy Heim, pleased as always to be joined by Terrence Ganaway, and we've sent out for another tie for you, just so you're aware.
I forgot that we were playing the Longhorns today for some reason.
And welcome into week 2 of the Extra Point. I'm Troy Heim. He's Taylor Williamson. We've got a full show tonight and some great highlights for you. Let's start with the Midway Panthers. What a great win last week for those guys.
Great win last week. They'd looked to build on it, trying to get to 2-0. They got the team to do it.
Yeah, they do. So tonight, hosting Cedar Ridge. They beat Cedar Park last week, a team that thumped them in the opening week a season ago.
A lot of Cedars.
Yeah, a lot of Cedars down there. We get very confused. Luckily, I think they've kept them all straight over there at Midway. First quarter, Ezekiel Koss throwing, but it's Grant Graves that makes the catch. He plays for Midway. Look at the run back. Pretty good block in the back there, too. But a nice return, and Midway's in business. That would set up this. Tanner Mordecai, the quick toss to Deontay Thomas. Look at Thomas. That guy missed him. Whiffed, in fact. And then he cuts back and slips through another tackle. He's in for the touchdown. 7-0 Midway in the first quarter over Cedar Ridge tonight. Second quarter, watch this throw. This is why he's an Oklahoma Sooner to beat. Tanner Mordecai says, "Go deep, buddy." Rolling to his left, chucks it down the field, and that's a great throw to C.J. Williams for the touchdown. 14-0 Midway on top of Cedar Ridge. Cedar Ridge would answer in the first half. Cost this time to Jalen Ellis, and Ellis gets behind the defense, makes the catch for the touchdown. They would miss the extra point, however. It was 14-6 Midway at the half tonight over at Panther Stadium. So we go to the third quarter now. Cedar Ridge on their own 40. They hand it off to Simi Bakari. And Bakari, through that Midway defense, goes 60 yards for the touchdown run. They go for 2 and don't get it, so Midway's still up 14-12 at that point. And they were trying to put it in the way. Fourth quarter, James Fulbright. Look at Fulbright. He ran by one guy, just ran over that guy, and forget it. He's just not going to. Look at those legs. He's not going down.
No, not easily.
Midway goes up 28-12. They go on to win tonight, 34-19 your final. Jeff Hume and company 2-0 after 2 impressive wins.
You know, I think it goes along with.
Yeah, the team is ready. Fans are ready. There are a bunch of them here, and this is an exciting anywhere but there, buddy. This is an exciting night for the Baylor Bears. They are ready to go in the Sweet 16. They play South Carolina tonight. And what's interesting is that South Carolina plays defense a lot like West Virginia. We've seen that twice this year in Big 12 play, so the Baylor Bears are ready for that. Jonathan Motley reiterated basically what his coach said earlier in the week. Inside the paint is where this game is going to be won and lost, and J-Mott says the Bears are ready to get after it in the paint.
They do an awesome job of limiting paint points, and we do a great job of getting paint points. So it's going to be definitely an interesting game. Very tough. We're both a great offensive and defensive rebounding team. So it's definitely going to be a real tough and physical game for sure.
All right, I found some impartial fans here. Ladies and gentlemen, who's going to win tonight?
Baylor!
Yeah, I think Go Bears is the sentiment here tonight. We'll be back in about a half hour with more on the game. Guys, back to you.
The Baylor Lady Bears are moving up in the polls. They're number 4 in the nation this week. Natalie Cho is a big part of the win they got on Sunday over Oklahoma. She had 12 points in that win on the road in Norman. And yet, Natalie Cho is as interesting off of the basketball court as she is on the basketball court.
你好，我的名字是邱丽丽，我打篮球，和我上学在 Baylor University.
That's Natalie Cho, introducing herself in Mandarin. Impressive, isn't it? She's been impressive on the basketball court for the Lady Bears this year, too. Cho's sophomore season is going really well. She's Baylor's leading three-point shooter.
Anything that hypes the team up, I get really excited. My main thing is shooting threes and shooting, so whenever my threes go in, I feel good about it.
Cho loves playing for Kim Mulkey.
Playing for Coach Mulkey it's a great experience. She knows the game.
Just like she loves being coached by her mom, who's had a huge influence on her basketball career.
We have a great relationship. It's just having a coach at home and on the court, when we go home, we would always watch videos of basketball.
Does she watch film with you of your games at Baylor too?
Yeah, when I went home for Christmas, we watched some of my games.
What'd your mom say?
She had a lot to say.
Off the court, Cho is very impressive as well. She's a business major that has tremendous musical talent. Cho not only plays the piano, she sings too.
My sister and I, we did a lot of musical things when we were younger. We took a lot of classes, and my mom always had that option out for us. Of you. In the locker room, you'll hear me singing. All my teammates, they know if I'm coming in and I'm singing, that's Natalie. And then Coach Mulkey wants me to sing the national anthem, but that's a really hard song, so we'll see. And I'll be me.
Well, here we are at the Ford Center at the Star, Big 12 Media Days, today day 2, and it was the day that Baylor and Texas took center stage. Texas bright and early this morning, Tom Herman, one of the first to speak. We'll hear about from him in just a moment. And then Baylor and Matt Rhule, who did a nice job today, I think, of getting folks here at the Big 12 to understand what Baylor's been doing off the football field to get ready for this upcoming season, and changing the culture was a big theme in what he talked about today. As for the things going on the field for the Baylor Bears, one big question heading into this fall camp and this season is the quarterback spot. Who's going to win the starting job? There are 3 guys trying to win that job right now. Anu Solomon, who transferred from Arizona, Zach Smith, and Charlie Brewer. And as of right now, Matt Rhule says he doesn't know who's going to start this season.
The quarterback battle, I feel all good about all 3 of them.
All right, Taylor Williamson joining me now here at Media Days, and that was a little ambiguous. We didn't get much out of Matt Rhule there.
It was very ambiguous, Troy. Yeah, Coach Rhule playing.
Everybody will be happy if they're throwing touchdowns.
We'll get some more clarity here soon, but it sounds like they're going to have a good starter regardless of who's picked.
And it sounds like fun competition in camp. All right, Taylor Williamson, thank you so much. When we talk about Texas and Tom Herman, he talked about his quarterback situation too. Texas had a very up and down year last year, but one of the bright spots, freshman Shane Buechele, who was the starting quarterback for the Longhorns, Tom Herman has taken over, and that's his guy as of right now. And he says Shane has done a nice job to be even better this year.
Shane has done this year we've challenged him.
All right, now an update from the USGA Junior Amateur Championship, and William Pacey from Temple having a better day than he had yesterday, but it looks like with a couple of holes left, he's going to miss the cut. He will not play in the match play portion of the USGA Championship up there in Kansas. So a tough week for William Pacey. All right, that's it for sports here at the Ford Center at Big 12 Media Days, News 10 at 6. We'll be right back.
Where we find our own Troy Hine, who's got more on this evening's contest. Troy?
Well, Taylor, it's going to be a heck of a football game. I think everybody expects that, although this may not be the game that all the experts thought would be the state championship game at the 6A level, Division II, when the season began. Cy-Fair is really good. Jeff Hume says this team has been solid all year. They have an impressive resume. So does Midway. What a great season it's been. The offense has been tremendous, and they may have to be tremendous again today to win a state championship. They may have to light up the scoreboard, as Jeff Hume says. Keith Knowles just moments ago told me his football team, his defense, they're ready to go. And they're excited. These Midway players know not only can they win a state championship tonight, but they can build a legacy that nobody at Midway has ever been able to build before.
Well, it's definitely been on our minds so far, but now
To us.
You know, one thing that works in their favor is they did play here at AT&T Stadium already this postseason in the second round. They beat Byron Nelson right here in Jerry World, so they'll try to do it again tonight, and this time win a 6A Division II state championship over Cy-Fair. We'll have all the highlights coming up for you tonight on the news at 10. Live at AT&T Stadium, I'm Troy Hine, News 10 Sports. Taylor? Today was the first ever early signing day for college football. For Baylor, it worked out well. The Bears got 20 total signees, a group ranging in position. Matt Rhule and his coaches signed a QB, some big guys on the lines, and plenty of new faces in the defensive backfield, and that's a huge plus this offseason.
Excited about the versatility that they bring. A lot of players on offense, especially on the offensive line. To allow us to have, really to sort of replenish that offensive line group that was decimated upon our arrival, and to have the guys that were here last year's class and this class, I think is really, really, really important to get some safety help, especially at the mid-year.
Speaking of Baylor, the Bears finishing non-conference play on the hardwood tonight against Southern, trying to get one last win before Christmas. Southern came out firing as Dallas native Jamar Sandifer knocks down the 3, but after that it was all Baylor tonight. Joe Lawal-Achuil coming up defensively with the block. They get a bucket in transition as Jake Lindsey scores. Baylor has no trouble tonight. They win 80-60. They take momentum into Big 12 play.